Before you fall in love with a house on the Gulf Coast, I want you to see a number first. Not the price, not the taxes, the number your insurance company hands you the week before closing. That number is the one thing that kills more Florida deals late in the process than anything else. Not the storm itself, the insurance stack underneath it. Every year I talk to buyers from up north who did their homework on schools, on commute times, on beach access, and almost none of them did their homework on this. So they usually find out the hard way, with a deadline attached and no time to shop around. In this video, I'm going to walk you through what hurricane season actually means if you live here, what the real insurance picture looks like, and how to evaluate a home's risk before you're emotionally attached to it. If you're seriously considering a move to the Gulf Coast, this is the video I wish every buyer watched before they started touring homes. Let's start with what most buyers picture when they hear hurricane season, because the version in their head and the version on the ground are usually two different things. Hurricane season runs June 1st through November 30th. That's 6 months a year, every year, and that's not going anywhere. That part is not negotiable, and I'm not going to pretend otherwise. Evacuation zones. Pinellas County uses zones A through E. Most home buyers tour on the Gulf Coast are not in a mandatory evacuation zone for most storms. That doesn't mean zero risk. It means the risk is specific to the address, not the region. Wind risk and flood risk are two separate conversations. A home can sit on high, dry ground and still take wind damage. A home can sit in a flood zone and have a wind mitigation rating that keeps the roof intact. Buyers usually only think about one of those. A named storm does not mean a direct hit. Tampa Bay has gone long stretches without a direct landfall, and it's also had years with more than one storm to track. Both of these things are true, and neither one should be the whole story you tell yourself. The honest version is this. Living here means you plan for hurricane season the way you plan for winter driving up north. It's a real thing you prepare for, not a reason to avoid the whole state, and not a thing to wave off either. Here's where it gets expensive, and nobody talks about it before you're already under contract. If you're coming from the Northeast, you're probably used to one homeowner's policy. Here, most Gulf Coast buyers are looking at up to 3 separate pieces. Homeowner's insurance covers the structure and liability, same as up north, but priced very differently, based on roof age, construction year, and your wind mitigation report. Flood insurance, not automatically included in a homeowner's policy. Whether you need it and what it costs depends on your FEMA flood zone, not just how close you are to the water. HOA and CDD fees where they apply. Some Gulf Coast communities carry a community development district fee on top of HOA dues, and that number is public record, not a guess. This is where over 20 years of watching this market pays off in a very concrete way. I don't just tell buyers what a house costs, I walk them through what it costs to insure, because that's the number that actually determines whether the home fits the budget. So how do you actually check this before you fall for a house? Here's exactly what I walk buyers through. Step 1. Pull the FEMA flood zone, not the listing description. A listing can say close to the water without telling you the flood zone. I pull the actual zone designation for every home before we tour it, because that number changes the insurance conversation completely. Step 2. Ask for the wind mitigation inspection. This is the single most overlooked document in a Florida purchase. It documents roof shape, roof-to-wall connections, and opening protection, and it can swing your insurance premium significantly. If the seller doesn't have a current one, we can get one. Step 3. Check the build year against the building code changes. Florida's building code tightened significantly after 1992 and again after 2002. A home built to current code is a fundamentally different risk profile than one built before those changes, even 2 streets apart. I want to be straight with you about 2 mistakes I see over and over from buyers moving down from the Northeast. Mistake number 1, trusting it's never flooded without documentation. Sellers believe this, sometimes they're even right. But a verbal claim is not a flood zone determination, and it's not an elevation certificate. If a home has real flood history, it shows up in public records and past claims, and that's what I pull, not what I'm told at a showing. Mistake number 2, budgeting for the mortgage and forgetting the renewal. The first year's insurance quote is not always the number you'll pay going forward. Rates can shift at renewal, especially after an active storm season. Buyers who budget for zero room for that get an unpleasant surprise around month 13. Neither of these mistakes means don't buy here. They mean buy here with your eyes open and with someone in your corner who's walked other Northeast buyers through exactly this. If you're seriously thinking about making a move to Tampa, Clearwater, or anywhere along the Gulf Coast, and you want someone who actually knows both markets, I work with buyers from Buffalo and the Northeast every week. The link below gets you on my calendar, no pressure. So, should hurricane season stop you from moving to the Gulf Coast? The honest answer is it shouldn't, if you go in with the right information. It should stop you from buying blind. If you're weighing a move to Tampa, Clearwater, or the surrounding Gulf Coast, and you want someone to walk you through the flood zone, the wind mitigation report, and the real insurance picture on a specific home or a specific neighborhood, book a call. The link is in the description. Or DM me on Instagram if that's easier. After over 20 years watching both the Buffalo winters and the Gulf Coast storm season, I can tell you the buyers who do best down here are the ones who plan for reality, not the postcard. I'd rather you be one of them. If this was helpful, hit subscribe. I put out real Gulf Coast relocation content every week. No fluff, no clickbait, just what you actually need to know before you make a move. I'll see you in the next one.